Yeah, I lost him. Hi guys, welcome back to Luna Nueva Farms. My name is Gigi. I am an herbalist and a farmer, and this here is my garden. So it has been a few months now since I have checked in, since I've shared, since I have done a garden tour. The end of the summer was so rough for us here. August and September, the heat was just next level. It was so hot, our chickens really almost stopped laying eggs completely. We were getting like 2 or 3 a day, and we have like 27 chickens. So that just goes to show how hot it really was. So we really weren't doing much out here in the garden. Of course, as October came around, that is the time that we start to plant our fall garden, right at the end of September into October with the fall equinox. And I wanted to bring y'all up to speed and share what all we have going on in our garden right now. So we are in growing zone 9A. I am in Central Florida. I'm actually in the Ocala National Forest. And we have a very unique climate here because growing up more in Orlando, learning to garden there, we don't really get freezes in Orlando, where I'm just an hour north, and we do. We get freezes here, and we get some hard ones. And this winter is supposed to be a pretty hard winter for us. So we really went ahead and got our tomatoes in super early. Being in Florida, we are able to grow tomatoes in the fall. It's actually our largest tomato crop that we get is our fall tomatoes. And so it really puts us with tomatoes for sauce for the rest of the year. Well, not the rest of the year because the year ends in a few weeks, crazy enough, but for next year until we grow tomatoes again, that is. We do grow tomatoes in the spring as well, but we just don't get as much because it gets so hot and so wet so quickly that they tend to burst. We get a lot of blight, we just get a lot of disease. So spring tomatoes are just more for eating fresh, where our fall crop is for storing for sauce for a year. Well, close to a year. We eat sauce maybe like once a month. So tomatoes are also our favorite for tomato sandwiches. And to tell you guys the honest truth, our tomatoes have never done as well. So when we get into the garden, I'll explain it to you more, but my garden is divided into two sides, left side and the right side. And this year is the first year we are utilizing our own compost from our goats and then horse manure from a neighbor. So we mixed all that together, and on the right side of the garden is all of our compost. On the left side of the garden, which I have been gardening through all summer, or gardening in all summer, is the compost we purchased. And I was really nervous to put all of my tomatoes in the compost that we made because it's the first time. So I did one 20-foot bed of tomatoes with the compost that we purchased and two 20-foot bed of tomatoes with our compost, and the tomatoes in our compost are doing so much better. Like, they're doing so good. I can't wait to share with you guys because these are probably the best tomato harvest that we're gonna have. So to catch you up a little bit, we have been farming here for just over 3 years now. So gardening, I think this is my 6th season gardening in this garden space. So I am still very green. I am, pun intended, I am just a beginner. And so I am still learning. There's a lot to learn with gardening. It's all trial and error. And it's just all an experiment. It's so much fun. This was the first summer I gardened all through the summer. I'm not sure that I'll do it again, but it was fun. It just got so hot. And so, I mean, it's just so hot. It's miserable to be outside. But I can't wait to show you guys our fall garden right now. This is not as big of a garden as we would normally plant in the fall. However, we've been so busy with work. My husband has been so busy with his work. I've been so busy with my work as an herbalist that our garden kind of came second this year for the first time. It's just him and I. My dogs are about to bark, I think. It's just him and I eating out of the garden. Of course, we have family that we share with, but we don't have children. It's just us. And so this is a huge gardening space for just the two of us. So we get plenty of food. I just didn't have the capacity to really spend time preserving this year, aside from tomatoes. So we really scaled back this year and are growing about half the size that we normally would. So you'll see a portion of the garden is still covered with a silage tarp, and we'll just uncover a row and keep planting as we need it. We are succession planting as far as brassicas, so all of our broccoli and cauliflower and cabbages have been succession sowed. So as we need more space for more greens, we will just uncover a bed and plant it because it's ready to go. So I love that. But anyhow, guys, let's jump in to the garden. So we can go ahead and start here with my beautiful arbor entryway. I've been so excited to share what we decided to plant here. We did plant on both sides. We had success on one side, not so much on the other. If you can see, it's still very small. We had some caterpillars that just absolutely adored that plant. But if you are not familiar or do not recognize these beautiful leaves, this is a passion fruit vine. It is doing so well. And I think it is, I think it's been here long enough that it will survive a freeze. However, over here, we planted passion vine, Passiflora incarnata. It is the medicinal. You can see the leaf structure is similar. They're just a lot smaller. They're a lot more tender, and this particular caterpillar just absolutely loved it. So this did not have enough time to settle in and mature. I am not sure that it will survive a freeze, so we might have to plant it again. But this is the medicinal passion flower. It is something that I use, or passion vine, passion flower. It is something that I use a lot in medicine making, so I was super excited to have it. So we will see how it goes, but that side is just looking gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. All right, let's see what we have done here. So here we have a beautiful shard, a rainbow shard. We have some little beets hanging out. We have a volunteer tulsi, holy basil. We have a bok choy coming in strong. We have some peppers. This is a shishito. They're delicious, blistered in some butter. We have fennel growing in beautifully. I have 2 of them here. We have a little kale. This guy was so tiny when I put him in, so he's doing really well. And he's like tripled in size, so he's still so small, but he's doing really well. And then we have a calendula back here. I use calendula a lot in medicine making as well, so I grow a lot of it. Look at this gorgeous bok choy. It is ready to be harvested. We have dill over here, big beautiful dill. Another calendula. And then we have this bell pepper that has been here since the summer, since the spring. It's doing really well. Look at these bad boys. Oh yeah. I like to put up bell pepper as well. I just chop them up and freeze them. They'll be perfect and ready to go when you need them for a dish, like gumbo. All right, moving back down over here. So we know we have the passion vine. We have these gorgeous flowers. I don't know what they're called. They are volunteer. And then we have beets. These are already starting to really bulb out. Doing really good. This is some, this I believe is collard greens. More beets. And then we have, look at this tulsi, you guys. This is the Krishna variety. It is insane. The pollinators, specifically the bumblebees, absolutely love it. But look, I just noticed this guy looks like he took his last breath while trying to pollinate the flower. I mean, if there's any better place to die, I don't know it. This is just phenomenal. Sweet guy. So yeah, this guy is just huge. I will definitely, I've harvested so much already, but I will definitely harvest more before we get a freeze because it will not survive a freeze. Over here we have some jalapenos, also known as jalapenos. These are all left over from the spring as well. Peppers can really be perennials here in Florida, so it just depends on how hard our freeze is. And then we have this gorgeous aloe vera. So beautiful. All right, now we can head into the garden. Welcome to my garden, y'all. Come on in. We will start here. We have calendula. We have a bunch of volunteer tulsis. This is, I planted a bunch of cauliflower and broccoli and did not mark them. So this is either a cauliflower or a broccoli. Same here with more volunteer tulsi. So this is the holy basil variety, opposed to that big one I showed. That was the Krishna variety. This is holy basil. This is my absolute favorite of the two. It smells incredible. So another brassica. Here we have these Thai long beans. There's so many. I need to get out here and harvest. There's all different stages. Overdone, not quite ready. What do we have here? Overdone. This is definitely overdone. This is perfect, ready to go. And this is not quite. So I have a lot to harvest, but we've been getting a lot of rain, and so they're kind of molding. So I wanted them to dry on the vine so I could use them as seeds to grow them again. But look how gorgeous the flower is. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. It's my bean wall. It doesn't do as good in the fall as it does in the spring, but I still get beans, and that's what matters. So. All right, moving right along. So I just planted these 2 beds the last couple days. So in here we have potatoes. We also have potatoes in here. They were just planted, but I did see yesterday, you can see they are starting to come up. It's very exciting. So potatoes, while the foliage will die back in a freeze, the potatoes will be just fine in the ground as long as they're matured enough. And we might just have small potatoes, but that's okay. These are just some volunteer peas. I had this Dixie Belle butter pea here in the spring, and we loved them. And then all of these volunteered, so I just let them. We'll see what we get before we get too cold of weather. I have a little baby sage here. We have a bunch of radishes we just put in. Here is some parsley, little baby, some catnip. So I grow this for medicinal properties as well. It is, while it's very invigorating for cats, it's actually a relaxing nervine for humans. It's my favorite as a sleepy time tea. It puts me right to bed. And then here I have some, I forget what this flower is called right now off the top of my head, but my plan is for it to trellis up here. We'll see if I can remember what it's called. Coming back over here real quick, we have some Johnny Jump Ups and some Snapdragons. We'll see if they take. Oh, I remember. I think these are sugar snap peas. No, not sugar snap peas. Sweet pea. That's the flower. Sweet pea. Yes. Yes, yes. Sweet pea is the flower. All right. These are all of my volunteer zinnias that love to volunteer in my walkway, but that's fine. I'm here for it. All right, let's talk about this eggplant. So I had a whole row of eggplant here in the spring. Eggplant loves the heat of the summer. It normally does so well. And here's the thing, y'all. I had tons of fruit, but everything, nothing. It's been the weirdest year. Let's see what's happening here. They never ripen. They rot before they ripen. They're like hard as a rock, and then they just rot and fall off. I don't understand it. That one's actually kind of soft. Huh. It's really weird. But we had all these gorgeous plants, and we have not eaten one eggplant. Isn't that? Like I said, trial and error. It's all an experiment. Let's see what this one's like. Is this one soft? Nope, hard, 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 hard. So I've taken some off and tried to let them ripen on the counter. It does not happen. Not sure. Over here, I have 2 little baby summer squashes. We still have about a solid month or so till we get the risk of a frost. So I thought, why not? I could at least maybe get a few summer squash before that frost comes. So I threw some in. Here is so this is the tomato bed that is with the compost that we purchase. And while it's going, just wait till you see the others. You'll see it's not going as well. I also planted all my romaine way too early, so it all bolted, but that's okay. I'll learn and I won't do it next year. And I just started some more romaine seeds. Here we have our first ripe tomatoes, and they are our absolute favorite. These are sun golds. They are so good, you guys. But look at this beautiful thing ripening. Can't wait. Cannot wait. See, I have this whole tomato bed here. Look at how gorgeous. That's the pink Berkeley tie-dye. Oh yeah. Then over here, this mess, it's not loving the cold weather right now, but this is a perennial spinach. This is known as Egyptian spinach. It's perennial here in Florida. It loves the Florida heat. It is not happy with this cooler weather, but it should bounce back once it warms back up, and we will be able to eat this all summer long. So it's really nice to have greens that love the heat here in Florida. So you can have greens in the summer. These are the seed pods. Here we have another broccoli and or cauliflower. Y'all can see I'm very relaxed with my gardening. This is spilanthes, same as this one. They're just a different variety. This is known as the toothache crest. It has the ability to numb your mouth. Like if you chew it, you'll numb your mouth. It's a very interesting experience. But when tinctured and put on a toothache, it numbs that pain really well. So this is one that we keep around. We love it, and it's also just really beautiful. And then some more brassicas. A teeny tiny little sunflower, with a little pollinator in it. All right, moving right along. This is our bell pepper station. So when it got really hot, they all stopped growing at like this size and then are ripening, as you can see. Look at how tiny they are. I mean, they're really cute, but I would like something a little bigger, no? So as it's warming up, they are getting bigger. So all bell peppers start out green, and then they ripen into the color that they're gonna be. So you can eat them green, or you can eat them, let's see. There we go. Look at how beautiful. This is beautiful. That one did not do as well. No, it didn't. All right. Here we have another, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say this is cauliflower. I can definitely tell already by the way it's forming. We have a calendula that looks like something's been nibbling on. Another little brassica and another one. Some more of that Egyptian spinach. Not looking so pretty right now, but it's delicious. Over here, we have some cowpeas. These are really good just as a nitrogen fixer. They're good for chop and drop, and then you can also eat the pea, obviously, that's inside. They're shelling pea. We will climb through this. Over here, We have some basil that's not doing fabulously. That does not look good. We'll have to clean that up some. Some more bolted romaine. And this is actually jicama. So this is our first time growing jicama. It is a vine. I did not know that. We grew 2 of them. I will definitely be growing them more in the future, but the fruit, I'm trying to find it. Here it is. The fruit, we already harvested 1. Oh, it cracked from all the rain. Oh no, that is super sad, you guys. That is like really, really sad. I think I'm gonna see. Oh, it's too, I can't even harvest it on my own. It's so big. So if you're not familiar with jicama, I highly recommend you try it. It is so good. It's like an apple, but it's not as sweet. It's a root vegetable. We will be growing a lot more in the future. Now my hand is filthy. We have some sweet alyssum here. She is a brassica. I don't really eat her. I just like her for the pollinators, but she is edible. Could throw on top of a dish for pretty, for some pretty flowers on top of a dish or a cake. That would be really pretty. Here is some blue basil that's lived its best life. I'm not sure it's bouncing back. I will come in and get some seeds though from here. Look at this gorgeous blue butterfly pea. It's been raining nonstop for days, so you can tell everything's really wet, but I grow this for its medicinal property. It's similar to a chamomile. It doesn't really have much of a flavor, so I mix it with stuff like lemongrass or other things. They put off seed pods as well. It is a pea, right? So it's a blue butterfly pea. So these are the peas. I haven't really looked into much. I haven't tried to eat them or anything. I would just use them for seeds. But I want to do a big arbor with blue butterfly pea. That's my goal for the spring. All right, coming back here. This is another type of perennial spinach. I forget what it's called. I think it's like sucum spinach or something like that. I need to trim it back. It got some pest issues, so something's been nibbling on it. But it really likes the heat as well. And unlike the other spinach that's really soft, this is like really crunchy. There's a crispness to it, so I really love this. I can use it as a lettuce on salad, on sandwiches and stuff like that to get that crunch. Here is just a volunteer tomato that I let go and put in a tomato cage. And we're starting to get some tomatoes from it. I have no idea what variety it is. I am not pruning it. I am not giving it any attention. I'm just letting it be wild. And then this is the last of my sea of hibiscus roselle. There's still so much here. When my nephew gets here for Thanksgiving next week, that's gonna be his first job, is to harvest the rest of this. I've already harvested so much, but I wanna make jam, which I guess is very popular in Australia, hibiscus roselle jam. So I'm gonna try that. The seed pods, which are inside here, actually have pectin, have a naturally occurring pectin. So you just boil them and use that to make your jam. But I have harvested so much. I mean, I have hibiscus roselle for at least a year, if not longer, put up. So I'm ready to use it for something else than just for tea. All right, let's jump to the other side of the garden. All right, so I'm on the other side of the garden now, or on the other side of that bed. Here's another beautiful little sunflower. And more of that sucum spinach, which I might be saying this totally wrong, but needs to be trimmed up. And this roselle bed. And then we come this way, and here we have a corn bed. So our summer corn harvest was the best corn harvest we've ever had. I do not see this going in the same direction. These look really sad and pitiful. And I also just don't think we have enough pollinators to pollinate the corn right now, being cooler months. So to give you a little explanation of how that works. So here is one that's come all the way up. So every little thing hanging here, little flower, is connected to a kernel of corn. And so every single one of these has to be pollinated in order for that kernel of corn to mature. Here's the silk, which is also extremely medicinal. So I always harvest that and keep some on hand. But yeah, here's the corn bed. We'll see what happens. And let me back out and show you these gorgeous tomatoes, you guys. It's just gorgeous. All right, so tell me you cannot tell a difference between that first bed I showed you and these two beds. I mean, just look. I mean, all right, so let's dive in. So this whole row is Roma for sauce. And I'm not kidding you when I tell you we have never had tomatoes look this gorgeous. Just look right here. Oh my gosh. I mean, there are so many. I mean, look at this. Now, this one is sick. We're not really sure what happened. We're leaving it as a trap plant. So if bugs are really drawn to one plant, don't pull it out. We'll leave it there so the bugs keep going to that plant instead of another plant that's doing well. But look at how weird this is. Like, what is this little, like, what is that? I don't know. I don't know. So this Roma didn't survive, but we're leaving it here as a trap plant. But I think we'll be okay because look, you guys, we've got all of these. I've got all of these. Oh my God, I'm so excited. I'm literally like a kid in a candy shop right now. I mean, look at this. Just look at it. It's so good. It's so good, you guys. So with all this rain we've had, we are getting a little blight, but with it being so cold, I'm not really that concerned about it. I mean, so cold, it's in the 70s. But in the evenings, it's getting down into the 50s. I mean, yeah, this girl is stoked about her tomatoes. Aside from that in this row, I don't have anything here, but here I have some bok choy that we put in, and then I have all of these volunteer garlics because this was the garlic bed last season. So I have a bunch of volunteer garlic and these 3 bok choys that are ready to come out. We'll probably make kimchi this week, so I'm saving it for that. But let's go down this row. So this is all heirloom varieties of tomatoes. I have beets along the front. They're all marked. I don't know all of them off the top of my head, but I have markers down there. But I mean, how funny are these guys? Look at that. Let's see what they are. Here's the marker. These are, oh, this is, so I bought, never do this. I bought a bag of blended tomato seeds, which sucks because what if you love it and then you have no idea what it was? So that's from the blend bag, which I will not be doing again, but I'm just using them while I have them. Let's see what this is. Where's my marker? All right, this is, oh, of course, it's the blend as well. So look how different that is from those other ones. My fingers keep getting in the shot, y'all. All right. Moving on down. This is just a little teeny guy right there. It's upside down. Let's see what this is. This is Cherokee Purple. Cherokee people. All right, I know what this is. This is one of my favorites. Pink Berkeley tie-dye. Look at that, though. There's so many here. So many here. And then moving on over here. Look at all these little guys. They're super cute. Let's see what these are. Where is it? This is Brandywine. These are gorgeous slicers. Delicious. Moving on down over here. And these gorgeous, gorgeous guys. That one has a little boo-boo. Let's see what this is. So I keep the marker just tucked in so it doesn't bleach out. Oh, another Cherokee purple. See? Yep. So pretty. And then I know what these last two are because they're my favorite. This is our all-time favorite. And it's blushing, I think, because it's a lemon boy. And look, it's starting to turn yellow. Can you see that? Like, look right there. It's starting to turn yellow a little. These are lemon boy slicers. They are the best. It's like if butter and a tomato had a baby. I know it sounds weird, but it's good. And then some more sun golds, of course, because they're also our fave. So yeah, tomatoes, right? They're doing so good. I'm so excited. And then we just have 2 beds of brassicas over here. We have a broccoli. We have a Manichi cabbage that goes great in the kimchi. We have some beets, some more bok choy, more cabbage, more bok choy, which is a cabbage, right? Beets, cabbage, beets, and a calendula over here, calendula. Now, while these look like beets, these are not. This is Swiss chard. That one's struggling a bit. This is some more brassica, some more calendula, some more Swiss chard, some more dill with a parsley mixed in. That's really random. I didn't realize that. Or I forgot, actually. I think I did know that. And then beets. Look at this teeny tiny Brussels. I have never been able to grow. I've never grown Brussels sprouts before. I'm really wanting to. And this is the only little baby that came up. So I started some more seeds yesterday, but look how tiny it is. So we'll see what happens there. And lastly, we have a cauliflower, I believe. And then I still have 2, 4, 5 rows that could be planted if I want, when I want. I started a bunch of seeds yesterday, so we'll see. But here's the garden, y'all. This is the fall garden 2023. Here are all the seeds we started yesterday. Some herbs like chives, cilantro, some Thai basil, some thyme. I'm attempting lavender, some more sage, some more catnip, some more broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage, some more fennel, some more collards, and then those Brussels sprouts. Also some spinach and arugula, and then a bunch of flowers. Yeah, sweet pea, that's what I have growing up that trellis. But some more flowers, and yeah, you can really garden all year round in Florida, so it's hard to not do it. And then just outside the back door of the house, I have this gorgeous green stalk filled with all of the salad greens we could ever dream of eating. So we are set for salads. I love this thing. If you are not familiar with green stalk, I highly recommend you look into them, especially if you don't have land. You can grow so much food in these things. This is the one designed specifically for leafy greens, but they have ones you can grow tomatoes in, you can grow green beans in. I mean, they have so many. Definitely look into it. I also want to take a moment to say thank you to King's Yard for sending us this adorable birdhouse. I am so excited to watch little birdies nest in it in the spring and babies be born. We actually put it on the tree. Sorry if it's hard to hear me. The birds are going crazy. We actually put it on the tree in our bird yard because we have 7 cats on the farm and we didn't want the cats to be able to climb the tree and get to the babies. And the cats don't go in the bird yard, so it works out perfect. But if you are interested in getting your hands on one of these adorable birdhouses, then you can do so with 15% off using this coupon code. They are fabulous. I also got a bird feeder, which I'm about to put some new feed in. So since we are in Florida, we still have birds in the winter, and they need some food. So I'm gonna hook up their little feeder right now. Is this not the cutest? I mean, it's simple, it's sleek. I guess cute is a funny word for it, but it's simple, it's sleek, it looks really nice, it's really good quality. I'm just gonna add seed on this side. I have the, what's the stuff called with like the gunk and it's all gunked together? I don't know what it's called. That would go over here. But with all the rain we've been getting, it will just mold because we don't have a ton of birds right now, even though we still have birds. It is still cooler. So I'm just gonna put some seed on this side, but I just love this look. I mean, look at the little perch. It's just it's too much. It is too cute. So let's figure out how we do this. Huh. I got it. Looks like we untwist the top. Yeah, perfect. We're gonna have such happy birds. Amazing. So again, thank you so much to King's Yard for sending these to us. If you are interested in getting one of your own for the spring, I highly recommend getting them now before they sell out when spring comes around, and that way too you can have them up and ready to go when it's when springtime comes. So that's why I went ahead and put the birdhouse up in the tree. So yeah, I recommend just jumping in and getting them now so you have them and you're ready for the spring. And you can get them with 15% off using the code on the screen. So thanks, King's Yard. We're so happy, and so are our birds. I don't know if I